Before we start, like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell to the problem with fat people.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things they say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Damn!
I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Damn!
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
Which didn't last long because she died.
So before you guys start writing your angry comments calling me fat phobic and saying that I'm one of those red pill guys who hates women, get to the
Hey, yeah, get to the end. Don't tell me he a red phobic guy that hate fat people. He really probably don't hate fat people. Y'all just making it seem like he hate fat people.
end of the video, because it's probably not going to be what you think. Or actually, it might be. So in recent years, there's been something called the fat acceptance movement. And the goal of this movement has been to advocate for societal change and attitudes towards fat people, along with fighting for equal rights for them in all areas of life. Think, for example, advocating for a clothing brand to make bigger sizes that accommodate for fat people. Or trying to change the culture that stigmatizes fat people for going to the gym, even though they're trying to change their lives. Like if you're one of those people at the gym who looks at fat people funny or makes them feel uncomfortable because they might be sweating a little harder or grunting a little harder because they're a little bit bigger, then you're the worst type of human being. You're actually a dickhead because you don't know how much effort it actually took that person to get up and try to change their lives.
Yeah, you are a dickhead. It's like these fat people is struggling to lose the weight, but you can understand that half the time they actually put themselves in that situation, because if you that big, you know your weight out of control and everything, then why go to extreme and continue to mess up your weight knowing that you got this problem? And when you never been sick or had cancer, then you know why.
But what I'm here to talk about today is this new wave of content creators who are not only advocating for obesity, but they're glorifying it. Content creators like this.
If promoting obesity is what it takes to make other fat people feel hot, obviously I'm gonna do that.
Hell
Yes,
no!
I am promoting obesity. Stay mad.
Shut your fat. I don't know what happened, but I think the video cut off. I was gonna say fabulous. Okay, but no, seriously though, for a lot of people, food is an addiction. And notice how you don't see people going around saying, if promoting drug abuse is what's gonna make crackheads feel hot, of course I'm gonna promote drug abuse. But I'm not surprised at all, because these plus-sized, big bone, big bag, whatever else name they have for calling fat people, these fat content creators have started to become delusional.
Extra body weight causes, heart problems, diabetes. What do you say to that?
I think that the science isn't actually as clear-cut as we like to believe, and there's not really quite a consensus yet about the real relationship between weight and health.
Aside from the fact that she's just straight up wrong, do you see the delusion in this? And honestly, if I was a morbidly obese person, I wouldn't need science to tell me that being obese negatively impacts my health.
Look, Chad, she was delusional. The only reason why she was delusional is because she tried to promote obesity and then try to say that her health, her sickness wasn't caused by her weight. But in reality, it can't happen. Like when you that big, it's like you can tell when your weight is out of control, and it's not hard for a that person to know that the weight out of control.
The fact that I probably wouldn't be able to run, or maybe being out of breath after climbing a few flights of stairs,
True.
being like 2 to 3 times the size of a regular person, or maybe not even being able to reach certain parts of my body because I'm so goddamn big.
I need this help a little bit to clean myself.
That's just sad. That's a sad
My
how you
ass.
let your
I can't reach everything on my back,
health
and I can't
and
reach
weight
everything
get
below me.
I wouldn't need
this
any
bad.
signs to know that I was unhealthy. And I mean, it's gotten so bad that we even have doctors getting paid to say stuff like this.
But 96% of those participants in The Biggest Loser regained their weight because their brain worked well. It was supposed to bring them back to store what they needed or what the brain thinks it needs.
So willpower,
throw that out the window.
So you're saying that their brain, which, correct me if I'm wrong, usually functions to help us survive, is telling them to get so big that they can barely move or do day-to-day activities? You see how that doesn't make sense? And I know one of you guys is gonna come through trying to make this argument.
I disagree because I believe in society, especially in America, we have this idea that, oh yeah, all fat people ate themselves that way, that they just sit at home and they're lazy and they don't do anything.
Now, I disagree, but I can agree. One, the reason why I disagree is because what she's saying is technically true. Because when you sit there and you don't do nothing, you letting the fat store up and you letting it build up into fat. Because if you don't work out, you don't eat right, or you don't eat less, you're letting the fat sit. And you just sitting there letting it store up more and more and more. And that will get you big. And not because, oh, you're depressed, so you gotta eat yourself. Or your marriage fall apart, so you got comfort from food, or your kid died and you need comfort from food, or let's say you and your husband, or you had a miscarriage and you're sad, so you got to eat yourself. That's not true. Like
anything, and they ate themselves that way, but they don't take into account people who have a disease. They don't take into account people who work out, and their body
can come
isn't
from
built that way.
being fat too.
Thin or fat could be addicted to something, could have really high cholesterol or low bone density or too high of a resting heart rate. They might have a chronic illness or other autoimmune disease.
You don't make no
could have type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure.
And yeah, tomorrow I might get bit by a spider and turn into Spider-Man. Do you see how weak that argument is? Now, I'm sure there's probably a small population within the fat community that does suffer from these conditions, but I definitely don't think it's the majority. Most people are fat because of their life decisions. Now, I get it. We have women who get pregnant and put on weight. We have people who get depressed and use food as a coping mechanism. And I'm not shaming any of those people. I just want us to operate in reality. These fat content creators are trying to convince us that whether you're fit or morbidly obese, you can still get sick and deal with the same illnesses. And no one denied that. All we're saying is that you being morbidly obese puts you at a higher risk of getting these illnesses. And trust me, I get it. Your body, your choice. But when I'm sitting next to you in that plane ride for 6 hours, squished, and I can't move my arms, at that point, I don't know. It just feels like it's starting to affect me.
If you a big person like the Hulk, I can see you work out too much. But when you that fat, I can see me dying. Like, I don't need to be on a plane.
15 minutes later.
Plane ride, and I'm dying. I'm dying. You're like, come on.
My choice too. And since we're on the topic of airplanes, we gotta talk about this petition that this fat content creator started.
I think every plus size traveler should get a free second and even third seat on an airplane. I'm on a mission to revolutionize the travel industry and make it a more accessible, accepting, accommodating place for all.
You tell me that fat people need 2 or 3 seats to yourself, and the other 2
First of
seats,
all, at the end of the day, an airline is a
free?
business. So for you to think that they're gonna give up 2-3 seat spaces up for free, newsflash, buddy, that ain't happening. And I hate how she's so comfortable trying to inconvenience the rest of society due to her poor eating decisions. And honestly, this lady right here might be my least favorite fat content creator.
Said to me, well, have you eaten? And I said, yeah, I had some pizza earlier. And they said, you need to eat something like a bit more healthy. Now, there are a few words that I don't allow when somebody comes into my house, and healthy is one of them.
And you know what irks me the most?
So you tell me your whole house is filled with uneaten healthy and making people want to start diabetes and get sick and everything? Oh, at that point, I don't need to come to your house. I don't need to come to your house. Cause if there's not one single good and healthy option, I never come to your house. Never.
Most is that some of these fat content creators like her are promoting this fat lifestyle of overindulgence to their supporters while they have trainers helping them improve their health. So instead of practicing what you preach, you're leading your supporters towards an early death while you get away scot-free.
Yeah, you're literally promoting your audience, your fans, to go and eat themselves to death. Instead, you try like tell them the problem of being big and how it affect your lifestyle and affect your career and affect the things that you would like to do and want to do and how you can overcome that and lose the weight. You're promoting people to eat the same. You promoting it like, oh, it's good to be fat. It's a good thing to be big.
And the saddest part is that I know that a lot of these fat content creators know the repercussions of being.
Stop it. Get some help.
They built on glamorizing obesity. They're willing to put people's lives at risk. But I can't highlight the people who have lied to their supporters without highlighting the people who have been honest and have tried to make a positive change in their lives.
You're not wrong.
I'm 25 and being fat led me to having cancer. I know what you're thinking, Jordan. Being fat doesn't cause cancer. And you're right, it doesn't. But some of the negative repercussions of being fat can lead to you getting cancer. It was really hard for me
She's not wrong about it.
Initially,
it can't happen.
And talk about the fact that I had cancer that was literally caused by me being fat. When I have an entire audience and an entire platform dedicated to showing that your life doesn't have to suck if you are fat.
Everybody, let's clap it up for her. Let's clap it up for her.
Bro, we gotta give her a little applause. But what she was saying is actually true. What she was saying is actually damn true. Like, y'all need to start listening to her more often and start listening to the content creator that are promoting people to be obese and being happy about it.
Cause see, my point is, if you're a content creator that's worth their salt, you making a positive lifestyle shift isn't gonna kill your content creation career. And if those are really your supporters, they'd want the best for you anyways. And to end this video on a high note, we're gonna highlight more people who have changed their life around.
Welcome to What I Eat Today as a neurodivergent, chronically ill, ex-fat acceptance influencer on Monjaro in recovery from food addiction, working on changing my lifestyle.
I need to start drinking that.
Consumed fat acceptance and fat liberation content for a majority of my 20s. And it convinced me that I should not trust doctors, to the point where I did not go see a doctor even when I was extremely ill, until I was 26 and pregnant with twins. And later in my pregnancy, I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, which is common for women who are overweight and pregnant with multiples. I have been working very hard to unlearn and deconstruct from a lot of the rhetoric and ideology around fat acceptance and fat liberation recently, and I feel like this story that I'm telling you is extremely important. Fat acceptance rhetoric is incredibly dangerous.
Now, for any people watching this who are struggling with their weight, please don't think I was trying to belittle you with this video. I truly think that you should love yourself at whatever weight that you are, but at the same time, I think you should want better for yourself, not only for you, but for the people who love you as well.
What he was saying is true. It's like, you can go and promote obesity. You can promote people to go and be big. Like, come on. And then a lot of people who've been big for a long time struggle with their weight. So you promoting them to be big and leading them to keep going and say, oh, let me keep doing my addiction. Let me go and end my life. That's what you try to do. You promoting people to keep going and being big so they can end their life.